Hey guys, Casey Stutzman here with part 2 of our two-part series where we're talking about can the knee go over the ankle or over the toe in a lunge? This is a question I get all the time. If you missed the part 1 explanation, you can find the link in the description of this video here so that you can check that one out. And the answer to the question, as always, is it depends. So last time we looked at that the knee should stay on top of the ankle if we want a downward force. So that would lead us to believe that if we want force in a different direction, that it might be okay for the knee to travel out past the ankle or out over the toe. So basically we want to look at what is the direction of force and what is the direction of propulsion. So let's think of like an athlete who's coming in and decelerating and going into a cut or a lateral movement or a stop and go. So that's kind of what I'm going to do here, and I'll do it full speed first, but I'm coming in, decelerating, and then driving out. So now let's look at that a little bit slower. So as I'm coming in and I'm landing, I'm decelerating, so we have good dorsiflexion in the ankle. We're loading up into the hip. Everything looks good right here, right? Like we look comfortable. I'm in pretty good position on the foot where I'm sitting right on the ball of the foot. I'm not overly heavy on the heel. I got good dorsiflexion in the ankle. The hip is hinging. The spine is nice and long. Posture is good. Like everything looks good, right? But we can see that the knee is way over the ankle. So if we're looking at that, it's coming way out over the toe. So by traditional metrics, maybe this is bad, right? Maybe this is wrong. Well, it depends. Which way do we want to go? So last time we looked at if I want to go straight up and down in a lunge, I do want to have this shin being straight up and down. So that way when I'm putting force down, the ground pushes back up into me and I get my intended movement. Well, here I'm trying to move forward. I want forward propulsion. So if I push straight down into the ground's just going to push up into me, which does not help me to go forward, which is my goal. So here, if I want to go forward, I got to push backwards. So is this line okay? Well, yeah, absolutely, because now I'm pushing into the ground down and back this way, so the ground pushes up and back this way, and I can actually have some forward propulsion and move from there. So in this position, absolutely the knee can go out over the toe and over the ankle because I want to look at where am I pushing, because force always comes in pairs, right? For every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if I push down, ground pushes up. If I push down and back, ground pushes up and forward. And if I want to move in that intended direction. So the big thing that we want to look at in these types of things, especially in this environment here, is we're going to teach the hip how to extend, we're going to teach good squatting, we're going to teach everything to happen in more of a static and stable environment. And then once we've taught those mechanics and once we know that we have good mobility in the ankle and that things can move quickly, absolutely I feel comfortable in this position having them extend off and get that nice forward movement. So good answer to any question is it depends. We have to be really careful in fitness and training about having hard, fast rules, and I think this is a great example of one of those. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Be sure to head over to caseystutzman.com and click Join the League of Extraordinary Trainers and look for another Movement Debriefed video in a couple weeks. Take care.